Alright, hello everyone. So here we are after our first week of streaming, and I've got to say, the first week of streaming absolutely blew my mind. I had such low expectations going into this, and I was absolutely blown away. I'm not going to be talking too much about what's going on in the video. You guys can see what's going on in the background. We're just smashing out some quests to begin with. And I'm not going to, you know, narrate and cut and paste everything. I'm saying I'm just going to do one raw take of what I'm saying here, and hopefully it works out. I kind of try to I don't know. I try to be as genuine as I can. So sorry if I'm saying a whole lot, or I'm getting off track, or I'm going on tangents, but we're just going to tackle this because we have a lot to talk about. This first week was absolutely insane, and there's a lot to go over. So for starters, I'm getting asked a lot of questions, like, oh, what are you going to do with your character, when you die, etc., and stuff like that. So we'll start with there. Um, and for starters, my plan was, or is, I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of contemplating it because we've got Bronze Man mode coming out soon, which kind of sounds like it would be up my alley. But yes, the plan was to, if this character lived for more than a week, um, kept the hardcore status for more than a week, I would just continue playing it as a normal Iron Man, even if it gets clocked. Um, So yeah, but no, we haven't been KO'd yet, so we've still got the hardcore status, thankfully. Which is surprising because I had very low expectations as to how long I'd live for. This is the first hardcore Iron Man I've played, or like normal hardcore Iron Man. I've played group hardcore Iron Man, but that's just kind of not the same. But yeah, the plan was to keep it. But now that we have potentially Bronze Man mode, which I think is being polled today, the day that I'm editing this, um, it's got me thinking about what I can do in the future because. For those who don't know me, I've already got a maxed Iron Man. I've already done, I've already done all of that on a normal Iron Man before, and I Bronze Man mode sounds perfect for me because I hear that it's getting a lot of hate, but I'm all for it, honestly. The Unbound mode sounded a bit weird, but yeah, I think that got scrapped. I think that obviously had some issues with it, and everyone saw it, and apparently everyone complained about it. Not that I know, I've just heard that a lot of people weren't on board with it. Um, so yeah, my thoughts on Bronzeman mode is, it keeps all the integrity of an Iron Man that I care about. It keeps all, you still have to earn all your gear, from, bossing and raiding, but you don't have to do the tedious stuff of Iron Man, getting all your materials to get your stats up. You don't have to get your own supplies for bossing because, you can just buy them on the Grand Exchange. I think that's the idea behind Bronzeman mode, which sounds amazing to me because, that is the part I find impressive about Iron Man is people owning their own gear. Like seeing an Iron Man with a T-bow. There's a wow factor to that. And that's I respect it. That's one of the things I love about the game. Um, though Bronze Man mode really appeals to me, so there's a chance I might go into Bronze Man mode and just like maybe I'll AFK this character on the side, maybe I'll bench it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm really enjoying the hardcore at the moment, and last time I waited for a new game mode to come out, which was Group Iron Man mode, because that was announced in 2017, I believe, and it didn't actually come out until 2021. So I was kind of just sitting there with my dick in my hand, waiting for 4 years, waiting for Group Iron Man to come out. And I don't really want that to happen again, so we're just gonna keep playing the hardcore for now, and we'll see where we go. We'll just play by year at this point. So that was the first main question I was getting asked in my stream. So I went ahead and knocked that out for you guys because I'm assuming some of you guys are probably curious too. Um, there's probably some other things to talk about, but as you can see, these first couple of streams are just like quests, quests, quests. They're too OP not to do in the early game. Let's just smash them out while they benefit us the most. Which kind of goes against how I normally play because I normally avoid questing like the plague. I'm really not a big fan of questing. But I will say, when you've got people to chat with, it makes it infinitely more enjoyable. It makes it go really fast. So I didn't mind the whole questing scene this time around. It was actually quite enjoyable. Um, sorry, you guys can probably hear me breathing and whatnot. Kind of try and catch my breath because I'm talking too much. But anyway, what do we need to talk about next? So I've included the first 6 days of streaming in this video, and Day 7 requires its own video, I think. Day 7 was absolutely insane, and I don't, I can't even fathom what happened. This is last night, the last night of the week. And last night's stream is honestly something I'll remember for the rest of my life. Last night's stream, look, I'll do a separate video for that tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that because yeah, last night's stream was something else. But I'll talk about that more in the next video tomorrow. So yeah, make sure you keep an eye out for that because we'll talk about a few other things in tomorrow's video as well. We'll talk about how many viewers, how many subs, how much revenue we made. I plan on being completely transparent. But before I talk anymore, have a look at this. I actually got chanced in my first week. I just made a mistake. Boom, there, right there. That dragon definitely could have humbled me, and we got lucky. I just completely forgot that the dragon fire could actually do, I think it's like up to 50 damage, and I think we had like 42 health or something like that at the time. So yeah, that's probably not a good indicator for how long the hardcore will last if we're already making mistakes like that, off the get-go. But yeah, as you can tell, we've got the webcam on this stream and oh well just every stream going on moving forward from the first stream. I didn't have it on for the first stream because my expectations for the first stream were incredibly low. I thought I was going to get a whole lot of resistance going into that. I thought there were going to be people coming in and hating, so I was just like, okay, I won't turn on the camera for the first stream because I expect it to be a complete shit show. But it was actually the opposite. I actually received quite a lot of support and it was really nice. Don't get me wrong, we are getting a bit of resistance. We are getting a few people, in the Discord server that like to react with some interesting things on every post that I make. But it doesn't really bother me in the slightest. No, but those people do exist. But luckily for me, they're not coming into the streams. But being on camera isn't a foreign concept to me. Um, you know, on Friday nights, which is the one night that I don't stream every week, I jump on games with the boys. We all turn our cams on. We all kind of get shit faced a little bit, and we just play games we wouldn't otherwise play throughout the week. Whether it's Arc Raiders, Mecha Chameleon, Among Us. There's like plenty of games that we play on Friday night. So that's kind of my social night. Um, and it's also my video editing day, which is what we're doing today. So yeah. Also, we need. I've had a few people ask me if I am going to make a clan. And the answer is yes. It's just a matter of when I can be bothered to get 5 people together. Because I think it requires 5 people to, found a clan. So when I can be bothered trying to get 5 people together to help make that clan, then yeah, I will definitely do it. But for the time being, I do have a friends chat, which is just my in-game name, Sammich HC. So anyone is welcome to join that. But yeah, next let's talk about short-term and long-term goals. Long-term goals, I don't really have any because my expectations, I always keep them very low. That's just my personality. I'd rather keep my expectations low and be surprised, rather than raise the expectations and get disappointed. That's just the kind of person I am. But short-term goals, the plan is to, as you can see, we're doing Hunter at the moment. The plan is to knock out Hunter for like multiple reasons. We need to get that Sunlight Antelope crossbow. We need to get the Moonlight Moths. We need to get Mixed Hide. We need to get the Bone Shards from the contracts to get 43 prayer. And I feel like there's even a couple more reasons as well, but those are the main ones. So there's plenty of reasons to do Hunter, which is why we're smashing it out as soon as possible. Um, and then the plan is to um get go to Scurius and get a spine and train magic on Scurius because I think you can get like 80k plus an hour just killing Scurius with the bone stuff, and if you're like high alch at the same time, which I might do, I think it's pretty easy to get over 100k XP. And as you can see in the video here, I'm doing the fairy ring quest, and one of the items it asked me to get was a proboscis or proboscis, I don't know how you pronounce it, from a mosquito. And I'm not gonna lie, that took ages to get. That was a terrible item to get as one of my 3 random items to get. Um, but yeah, going back to what we were talking about before, short-term goals. So the plan is to get 80 magic at Scurius, which will take a little while, but I'm actually looking forward to doing a bit of PVM after all this questing and Hunter. As much as I love frolicking with the butterflies, it is I do love the PVM side of this game as well. So we're gonna get 80 magic at Scurius, and then we're gonna get 50 construction, and then we're gonna go Barrows, and then once we knock out Barrows for a while and get some decent armor and maybe a weapon or two, We're going to go to Perilous Moon. So those are my short-term goals, which means we also need to get 48 Slayer for Perilous Moon, so that'll be in the mix as well. But those are the short-term goals. And just to wrap up this video, we did finish off with a bit more Hunter, and we actually jumped into LMS, because we want to get that rune pouch and some rune arrows for high alking. And for those who watch me in stream, I'm not great at LMS, but I do enjoy it. But as you can see here, we actually received our very first raid on day 5, I believe it was, and it was from Vivisk. She came in with like 15 or 16 viewers, which was amazing. It was a really good time, so I appreciate you for my very first raid, Vivisk. Thank you. But yeah, that wraps up today's video, guys. So if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. And I've got a little bit of uncut footage for those who are still watching at the very end because we had a satisfying finish. Oh, VLS. Oh, I shouldn't say no to a VLS, but I fucking want this Void Waker. Is it just me and this other guy? It is, yeah. Okay, this guy's gonna absolutely humble the shit out of me. But maybe we can end the night on a good one. Oh, that Bofa stings a bit. Oh, that stings even more. Oh, he's clapping my cheeks. Okay. Well, you can do this. Well, you can do this. Oh, what the fuck? He has fucking seeds. Oh, 21 through prayer. Oh, he is clapping my cheeks, but I'm clapping back. Come on, stop splashing. There we go, that's what we needed. Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and have a feast. Come on, surely we can end the night on an LMS win. Oh, go in for the... oh, come on. Yes! Let's fucking go! We end on a good one, boys. 3rd win for the night. Let's fucking go. How good are we? CS2 stream when? Yeah, I don't think so, mate. I'm fucking tragic at CS, man. You know what? Sorry, I kind of said it, but you know what FPS I play? I play Overwatch. You know why I play Overwatch? Because Overwatch caters for people who can't aim for shit. I don't know about you, but I've misclicked like 300 times tonight, man. I am not good at aiming. It is fucking tragic how bad I am at shooters. I enjoy them, but I'm fucking tragic. You only